From the KBIA Newsroom in Columbia, I'm Tanner O'Neill Riley. The Missouri Board of Education has voted to support open enrollment in public schools, at least for now. The move is part of a broader list of priorities the board is sharing ahead of the upcoming legislative session in Jefferson City. Voluntary open enrollment would let families send their children to a district of their choice rather than the one they live in. Pamela Westbrooks-Hodge of St. Louis County says she's concerned about the impact on smaller districts.
We need to work really hard to ensure that any approach to voluntary open enrollment is fair for all students and does not disrupt local progress or cause harm or instability to communities.
The board said it would offer more specific guidance on open enrollment in the new year. Opponents of a new congressional map have submitted signatures to force a statewide vote next year. The group, People Not Politicians, delivered about 300,000 signatures to Secretary of State Denny Hoskins' office, nearly triple the number needed to put the map on the 2026 ballot. While Hoskins could attempt to block the referendum, the group's Richard Von Glahn says such a move likely wouldn't hold up in court.
The Secretary of State should do the job of that office, which is to process this paperwork, allow the local election authorities to validate the signatures, and then voters should get the final say here.
If People Not Politicians has enough signatures and efforts to block the referendum fail, the map can't go into effect until a successful statewide vote. The Trump administration will be sending farmers $12 billion to help them stay in business and compensate for their trade war losses. Harvest Public Media's Frank Morris reports.
Many Midwestern farmers lost money this year. President Trump's trade wars didn't help. Tariffs boosted the already high cost of fertilizer and farm machinery. Retaliatory tariffs temporarily hobbled export markets for American farm commodities. The administration will use a U.S. Department of Agriculture fund to cover the funding package. Missouri corn and soybean farmer Richard Oswald says most of the bailout money will go straight to banks and suppliers.
There's money to pay the bill now. Liquidity is another word for it. A lot of farmers have liquidity problems.
Oswald says the bailout will let some farmers pay off last year's operating loans so they can borrow more to cover planting this spring. For Harvest Public Media, I'm Frank Morris.
Former St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner is again facing allegations that she broke Missouri's rules governing the behavior of attorneys. It is, in part, related to her prosecution of former Governor Eric Greitens. Gardner was scheduled to go in front of a three-person panel today. She's accused of breaking rules in 4 different ways. The charges are connected to how she paid for her 2022 disciplinary proceedings. The latest panel will give its recommendation to the Missouri Supreme Court, which will have the final say. The court's options range from throwing out the charges to disbarring Gardner. I'm Tanner O'Neill Riley, KBIA News, Columbia.